Evening, I'm meteorologist Danielle Moss with a weather impact update for you. Today has definitely been a day. We are tracking some showers and thunderstorms that are currently moving through North Georgia as well as portions of Metro Atlanta. So let's get right on into it. What are we looking at right now? If you hear my phone going off, that is actually from the National Weather Service. I'm making sure that we don't miss any updates. In fact, they are talking a little bit about this storm that is moving through North Georgia. They're going to be extending our one severe thunderstorm warning, which is in North Georgia. It is in Fannin County. They're talking about extending into Union, Towns, White, and parts of northern Lumpkin County. So let's go ahead and take a look at that in a second. This is the strongest of the storms that we are seeing across the metro area. This is moving through Gwinnett County right now, as well as portions of North Fulton, even DeKalb County, seeing an isolated shower here in Tucker. Heavy downpour is moving right up 985 and that 85 split. It's definitely a very strong storm right now, but we are not seeing a severe thunderstorm warning for that storm just yet. Our one severe thunderstorm, I'm going to zoom back in. It is actually a very strong storm there. In fact, let me get some details on this storm here. This is in North Georgia, moving through the North Georgia mountains currently. In fact, let's see. They have the severe thunderstorm warning here. They are saying that the winds are very high. In fact, maybe even 55 miles an hour. It's moving through Blue Ridge currently with 60-mile-an-hour wind and nickel-size hail are all possible. So make sure that you are aware of that. I'm going to go back to this chat so that we can monitor what they are saying. You can see on the latest scan there, it has a very nice hail core. In fact, they just extended that new severe thunderstorm warning now. So it does include portions of North Fannin County as well as Union County. In fact, that noise that you're hearing now is the latest information. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that up so that we can read it all together now. This is a severe thunderstorm warning for Towns County in northeast Georgia, as well as Lumpkin County and central Union County. This is until 8 o'clock tonight. It is a severe thunderstorm. It is located near Gaddstown, 9 miles southwest of Blairsville, moving east at 55 miles an hour. It has 60-mile-an-hour radar indicated winds with nickel-sized hail. You can definitely see some possible strong winds continuing with this storm. It's going to be impacted in Cleveland, Blairsville, Helen, Suches, as well as Blue Mountain Shelter. A lot of our North Georgia counties. You can see how strong this is. In fact, I'm going to change this radar so that I can get a better look and to see exactly what this cell looks like. It is a very strong cell. So I want to make sure that I am looking at it on the best radar. What happens here sometimes is that this radar is a little bit too far north. So it's something that we have to continue to watch to make sure that we are seeing the strongest of this storm not getting a little bit stronger. Sometimes you have to watch and make sure that there's not a little bit of a hook echo in that. And right now, it looks like it is not doing that, but it is definitely a strong cell there. In fact, let's see if we can pull up a camera here. This is in Blue Ridge right now. It is actively raining. It's been raining there for quite some time. We're not seeing any thunderstorm activity. However, it is definitely one of those days where we're seeing a lot of strong storms. In fact, even if we pull up one of our cameras here, this is Midtown. It is raining here at our station. You can kind of see it back there across the skyline. You can see a little bit of that dark cloud, but we're not looking at any active showers and thunderstorms at this very moment here in Metro Atlanta. But as we take a look into Rome, the streets are wet there. They just finished getting their first round of heavy rain showers, and this is going to be continuing. In fact, I'm going to pull back up our satellite and radar and bring in our closer view of what we're looking at. That one strong storm still moving through portions of Beaufort as well as Gwinnett County. We're seeing that one severe thunderstorm warning. We also have to keep an eye on this cell here that is moving near Ellijay, a little bit south of Ellijay. We have another round of storms that are trying to sneak in into northwest Georgia. So there's a lot going on right now. Even across Metro Atlanta, we're seeing some rain showers develop across the 285 perimeter and even some light rain showers moving south of Metro Atlanta. This might mean new information to you. There is a tornado watch now that is out, and it does include most of North Georgia. It does include all of Metro Atlanta, and it is until until 2 a.m. tonight. Another look into the Blue Ridge Mountains tonight. We have heard of a flooding report already. This is in McKaysville. This is in Fannin County, where they had that severe thunderstorm warning, which is unfortunate because they've already seen flooding from the storms earlier, and they're going to continue to see this heavy rain over the next few hours. This severe thunderstorm warning is going to go until 8 p.m., but we do have a weather impact alert for the rest of tonight going through Thursday morning. Here's a look. We are in a level 2 risk for strong to severe storms. We are in a slight risk. High winds, heavy rain, that will continue to be our main threat with this system. And in fact, here's a look at our latest storm impacts and what we are most concerned with. Those high winds, heavy rain. We cannot rule out the potential for a brief spin up or some very large hail. Let's time it out for you. What can you expect over the next few hours? These heavy showers and thunderstorms will continue. You can kind of see where this purple is embedded in here. This is really moving through the 575 split. This is around 9 p.m. These cells are the ones that could be bringing us some of those stronger storms with the high wind. So that's the one that we're continuing to watch. And in fact, as we continue to put this into motion, we will have several rounds of really heavy rain that will be coming through. So it's very important to make sure that you are staying up to date with the forecast. Turn your notifications on overnight tonight, just in case they issue a flash flood warning. You want to make sure that you are prepared for this, especially as we head into Thursday morning. Even at 7:30, we could be seeing some heavier rain. If you are south of Metro Atlanta, you might not be seeing rain just yet. However, some people will be seeing rain in between that 2 a.m. to 8 a.m. hour, and then that's where you will start to see that risk of that flooding. Now, by the time we get to lunchtime tomorrow, we will be mostly dry. We do have this flood watch in effect for the rest of tonight going into Thursday morning. 1 to 3 inches of rain are possible. We have very, very dry soils right now, and that has been a problem. We're in a drought. So when we get a lot of rain in a small amount of time, it makes it very difficult for that moisture to really absorb into the soil. So when we're talking about seeing an additional inch, 2 inch, maybe even 3 inches, depending on where you are, it looks like North Georgia will probably be getting the worst and the heaviest of the rain. That is definitely going to be a cause for concern. And I wish I could say that was it for the rain. Unfortunately, it is not. We have several days of rain, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and that definitely could be impacting your Mother's Day weekend. Unfortunately, it looks like as we prepare for Mother's Day weekend, you could be seeing some spotty showers on Saturday and maybe more widespread rainfall on Sunday. So let's time that out for you. What can you expect? You can kind of see that will be dry but very cloudy for your Friday. We start to see some increasing rain chances for Saturday evening. Saturday does not look like a complete washout. So if you do want to do something with your mom outside, Saturday morning probably looks like the best day for that. We could be seeing some heavier rain showers develop Sunday morning as well. Severe weather really not on the table for this, but just looking at some repeated heavy rounds of rain once again, even as we head into Monday. This is a look into Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll be staying dry, and then we could be seeing an additional, look at that, 2 to 3 inches of rain. So that's why we're concerned about flooding. That's one thing that we are keeping our eye on. As you take a look at your 7-day forecast, it is definitely going to be an interesting 7 days. We do need this rainfall, and we have this weather impacts alert until Thursday morning. We will dry out for your Friday, tracking more showers and thunderstorms as we head into this weekend. And it looks like we'll be seeing some pretty heavy rain showers once again for your Mother's Day morning. Let's take a look at our latest radar loop really quickly before I go back to our regular scheduled programming. In case you are watching on Facebook, I'll also check the comments in 1 second. I just want to make sure that we are not missing anything huge in the National Weather Service chat. We are not. And I'm going to go back to radar so that we can get a wider view of what's happening across our viewing area. Here is a look at all the rain. Most of it is, all the stronger storms are north of Metro Atlanta. There's some rain showers moving through the city. There are 2 severe thunderstorm warnings in effect right now. In fact, they just issued another one. This is for Fannin County, Union County, Towns County as well. Most of this is due to high winds. In fact, as we zoom into these 2 storms here, they're getting ready to move into Helen. This is all in North Georgia, and this could definitely be a concern for us because of the flooding. Not only the flooding, but we're seeing some pretty strong hail core. In fact, I'm going to see if we can look and try to see some of that hail. I don't know if you can see that, but this gray lets you know that there has been some hail involved in this storm. In fact, maybe, like they said, nickel-sized hail. That's what the radar is indicating. And not only their radar, but our radar as well. It kind of started picking up intensity as it crossed over I-75 there in Dalton, and as it moved across North Georgia. In fact, we just got a notification that there is now a ground stop at Atlanta at our Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, which is the busiest airport. And I would like to say that it wouldn't be busy, but it is 7:42 p.m. So I am sure that it is very busy right now. So that's definitely going to be impacting people very drastically. I want to put this radar back on. And I am also going to look and see if we can see some hail size, which is current. So before we were looking at hail track, but right now we can see maybe less than nickel-sized hail moving across Highway 180. So we're definitely seeing some very strong storms, not just in North Georgia, but even across Metro Atlanta. In fact, let's go take a look into the airport so we can see what's happening. There are some rain showers there, but they have to put a ground stop on, usually for lightning in the area. In fact, make sure that the lightning is on. There we go. There we go. So sometimes in the area, and this is the last 10 minutes or so, yes, that's further away, but sometimes if there's lightning in the area, because they have to do so much on the ground, we will see them do a ground stop for the airport, and that's exactly what happened. So no severe weather in that area right now by the airport, so hopefully the ground stop won't be for too long. But when there's heavy rain, when you're talking about high winds, you're talking about lightning area, that just doesn't do well with flying anyway. So they put that ground stop not only for the safety of passengers, but for the safety of those ground crews that are on the ground that have to work, still have to bring your luggage off the plane, still have to direct those planes as they come in and out of the airport. Here is another look. In fact, they have another update, putting a severe warning on the sill in southeast Gilmore. For far northeast Pickens, headed towards North Dawson, far south Fannin and Lumpkin, it's sustaining a high reflectivity core. Severe wind and hail are possible. So we're continuing to see these winds being very, very intense as they move across North Georgia. Basically, that is all in this area here. These storms are very, very intense. In fact, change the radar there so that I can see what we are looking at. They did cancel one severe thunderstorm warning, but that was south of our viewing area. So these are the only two storms that we are concerned with right now. And just in case, I know that there's a lot on your screen, I'm going to use one of my tools so that you can see exactly which storms we're looking at. It's not the best, but these are the two severe thunderstorms that we are watching for right now. They are both in the North Georgia mountains. They are both going to continue to move eastward. So if you are in the North Georgia mountains, or if you know someone there, make sure that they are prepared for that. We have seen that the hail size, maybe around a nickel. The winds are definitely on the higher side, and that's why they issued this. In fact, winds around 60 miles an hour. And as we look at the velocity, it has a pretty good velocity on it there. Moving through Dawson, Fannin, and Gilmer County. So the winds are pretty strong. So we're going to continue to keep our eye on that. This other storm, not so much. Sometimes what you're seeing, it happen, that green to red change that you just saw, that's what happens when it picks up on a different radar, because this storm is so far away from our radar that we usually use. It picks up on a different radar. So this radar is showing that it has some pretty good velocity on it, but we're not seeing anything that's too concerning. It's actually holding on pretty good. In fact, I just want to make sure. Okay. And then I'm going to make sure that we have We'll put a storm track on this one because I am a little bit concerned about that velocity there. Velocity is basically when you see those storm winds working against each other. So right now they're not really talking about it. I might put a chat, drop a message in the chat to see what their thoughts are on this storm. But let me draw this out for you. It is moving. Okay. Okay, so this storm is probably one of the strongest of the two severe thunderstorm warnings. Right now, if you are in Nimbleville, Sarah, Dahlonega, this storm's going to be over you at 8:31. Porter Springs at 8:35 and Turner's Corner at 8:42 p.m. So right now, for reference, it's 7:47. So just in case you need to be in your safe place, just in case, I think that would be a good idea because we're looking at some pretty strong winds involved in this system. Let's make sure they're not talking about anything. I want to look more into this storm here. So this is live stream for you. You get to see exactly what we look at when we talk about what's happening with these storms. Sometimes we use all these different tools to show us what the storm is actually doing, right? Obviously, we can't see, we're not there, so I can't tell you exactly what's going on, but I do have the capabilities of reading the radar. So what we're seeing right here, this is blue. So it's showing very weak rotation, which is good. We don't want to see it get into that light blue or that purple. Right now, it's very low rotation. Once again, this storm is really far away from our radar site, so that makes it a little bit harder to read, but I am glad to see that our shear tracks, our rotation tracks, are showing that it's not a lot of rotation. That brings us a little bit more peace, I would say, when we're talking about these two really almost supercells. They also don't have classic supercell markings that we look for when we're talking about really strong storms. This storm that is about to move through Helen, it's starting to have a little bit here, and I'll even use one of these tools to show you what we look for here. Right in this area, I don't know if you can see that, but I just drew on the screen right in here. This is what we usually see. If we see a lot of that bowing, that's when we know that the winds are very high and we could be seeing some rotation. But to be quite honest with you, I'm not seeing anything that would be detrimental or anything that is going to be a cause for concern. I'll zoom back out. These are two severe thunderstorm warnings. They go until 8 o'clock, and right now across Metro Atlanta, we are seeing some showers starting to develop just a little bit coming in from Douglas County, maybe even some into South Fulton, into East Point as well. And some stronger storms that are developing across DeKalb as well as really North DeKalb and going into Gwinnett County. So right now, those are our main concerns. I'm going to pull up Facebook Live really quickly to see if we have any comments so that if you have any questions, I can try my best to answer them. Yes. Okay. There we go. Okay, well, so far we have not gotten any comments about specific areas, which is good. But just make sure that you are being safe. A lot of people are saying be safe, and I definitely have to agree, because sometimes, you know, even though these storms aren't really super strong, with that heavy rain and those high winds, you just never know. So you just want to make sure that you are prepared overnight. I always tell people to charge your phones, make sure that you are prepared, especially when we're talking about a flooding event, right? You're talking about an event where we're looking at a lot of heavy rain that's going to be coming in a short amount of time. So you want to make sure that you are prepared overnight tonight, just in case some of these storms get out of hand. In fact, I'm going to show you, just in case you joined us a little bit late, I'm going to show you McKaysville. What happened in McKaysville? They're doing construction in this area, and the construction on top of the dry soils, it just unfortunately caused a recipe of disaster. There was some flooding there earlier this evening. I haven't gotten an update on exactly what, if it has been cleared or not, but I can say that this was definitely very detrimental. We've been seeing plenty of photos and videos as well. This is right in front of the city of McKaysville city building there. And it is definitely a lot of water, a lot of mud as well. And it is just unfortunate that we need all this rain, but we don't want to get it in too short of a time frame, because flooding continues to be a concern when you get a lot of heavy rain in a small amount of time. And unfortunately for North Georgia, they have been seeing a lot of heavy rain already with this system. In fact, as we zoom out just a little bit, I want to show you North Georgia to see exactly what we're talking about. So this is pretty much all of North Georgia. Really heavy rain showers. You can see that one severe thunderstorm warning. This storm is looking a little bit stronger. There's also a smaller severe thunderstorm warning as well. We haven't had any tornado warnings, so this is good, but we do have to continue to watch this weather that's coming in from Alabama. This is a training system, and when we say that, that means that these storms are going to continue to impact the same places over and over and over again. And just because you are in Metro Atlanta right now, you're not seeing really strong storms, that doesn't mean that you're in the clear. We're going to be seeing some really heavy rain showers that will be coming in a little bit later on tonight. We've already seen some pretty heavy downpours, but as far as the severe weather threat here in Metro Atlanta, we have not been seeing any severe weather, which is great right now. I'm going to hop off for a minute, regroup, and then we're going to be doing another live stream at around 8:30. So if you have any questions, make sure that you drop them in the chat, and make sure that you are staying up to date with the latest weather. Make sure that you're continuing to check the updates as well too, because our forecast track can change. Our models change all the time. So we want to make sure that you are getting the latest information. I will say that overnight we are prepared for multiple rounds of heavy rain. I'm going to be doing one of these live streams at least at the top or the bottom of every hour, just to make sure that you guys are all prepared for this overnight weather. I'm meteorologist Danielle Moss. I'm going to do a little bit more investigating, look into some of these storms that are in North Georgia right now, and I'll bring you another update shortly. Good evening. I'm meteorologist Danielle Moss with a weather impact update for you. We are still continuing to track these showers and thunderstorms that are rolling through really across the south. Here is a look at all of the activity that we are seeing outside right now. Let's take a look into Mississippi right now. These purple squares are confirmed tornadoes on the ground. This is in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, as well as Brookhaven, Mississippi, along I-55 South, and it is along I-59. So confirmed tornadoes in Mississippi. Over in Alabama, there is a very strong thunderstorm moving near Demopolis, Alabama, which is further west of Selma. We already saw several tornado warnings for Montgomery, Alabama. Here at home, we only have one severe thunderstorm warning that is working right now, and that storm is losing some of its strength, which is great news, but it's near Tallulah Falls, and we're seeing a lot of heavy rain. You can see the lightning strikes that have happened in the last 10 minutes or so. That storm is going to continue to push into South Carolina. One thing that we have been noticing, not only have we been seeing a lot of heavy rain, but we've been seeing some decent sized hail. In fact, here in Helen, we saw some hail that was almost an inch in nature. So ½ inch to an inch size hail right now. Metro Atlanta, we're seeing light rain showers, some stronger showers starting to develop across the north end of the 285 perimeter. Some heavy rain showers moving through DeKalb County as well. Right now, we are definitely seeing a lot of heavy rainfall impacting the same area over and over again. We have to keep our eye on some of these storms that are coming in from Alabama, like this storm right now near Central Alabama. This is north of Piedmont. This is a little bit north of Cleburne County there, and we are going to start to see that getting into Floyd County very, very soon. If you are in Floyd County, heads up, there is a strong thunderstorm that will be headed your way. Here in Metro Atlanta, we are seeing just normal rain showers. As far as rainfall totals are concerned, we're already seeing the accumulation totals be a little bit elevated across North Georgia. In fact, some places in northwest Georgia already have collected 3 inches of rain in the last 24 hours. There is a tornado watch in effect until 2 a.m. This does not mean that we are all going to be seeing tornadoes. This just means, hey, this is a heads up that there could be a storm that's capable of producing a tornado, and that could be happening really between now and 2 a.m. The National Weather Service could scale this back, or they could add more counties. It all just depends on how these storms set up. We've been watching the heavy rain showers moving through North Georgia all day long. This is a look into Blue Ridge. The rain has calmed down just a little bit, but it's still very, very wet outside. In fact, here's another look into Midtown. We had some heavy rain showers here into our studios, but we are mostly dry across Metro Atlanta this evening. But we've been seeing a lot of heavy rain across North Georgia. I was telling you about that storm there in Floyd County. This is a live look into Rome. One thing about it, you can see from the light post there, it's coming down. It's hard to see sometimes on these cameras, but it is actively raining. You can kind of see it there throughout the clouds. So that rainfall is coming. My main concern with this system will continue to be the flooding concern. In fact, we already saw earlier this evening that there was some reports of flooding in McKaysville. This is in Fannin County, and that rain has just continued. Now, to be honest, this flooding was also concerned, and it started with some construction that kind of went wrong, and the GDOT as well as city leaders there, they got it all cleaned up, and I've been seeing reports that it's not flooding there anymore, which is good news. However, this was the scene earlier, a lot of mud, a lot of heavy rain. The soil is also very, very dry, so as we get more rain, that could definitely continue to be a problem. Here is a look into our weather impacts alert. It goes through Thursday morning. High winds and heavy rain, that will continue to be our main concern overnight tonight as we head into the overnight hours. Our severe weather threat for Wednesday, that's today. We are in a level 2 threat. It extends all the way back into Louisiana, portions of Texas, all the way through East Georgia. We are in a level 2 here in Metro Atlanta. So even though we're not getting any rain right now, that doesn't mean that we are out of the woods just yet. High winds, heavy rain will continue to be our main concern for this storm system overnight. Let's time it all out for you. What can you expect over the next hour or so? We'll continue to see some of these rain showers develop across metro Atlanta. We have to keep our eye on it because even though it looks like just regular heavy rain, some of these cells could have some strong storms embedded in them. So that's what we've been watching. In fact, this is around 9 p.m., maybe into that 575 split there in Cobb County, maybe even Cherokee County, seeing some strong storms that could be developing. Even tonight around 9 and 10, we could be seeing some strong storms here in metro Atlanta. A little bit of a break by 11, but then we'll be seeing some more heavy rain showers moving through around 12, 1, 2 a.m., maybe even 4 and 5 a.m. So this is just training of storms. All that weather that you're seeing in Mississippi, Louisiana, it's coming our way. Now, the good news is it'll start to lose some of its strength as it goes along, but it still will be very involved as it crosses through the state of Georgia. By Thursday at lunchtime, right around 12 o'clock, we will start to dry out. So it will be very, very decent for your afternoon and evening, but you need to be very, very concerned and allow extra time for your Thursday morning. There's a flood watch out until 8 a.m. on Thursday. Flooding is definitely possible. We've already seen some reports of it there in North Georgia. So just make sure that you are aware of that for your Thursday morning commute. Between now and around Friday morning, we could be seeing another inch or inch and a half, just depending on where we are. That's not it for the rainfall. We are still continuing to track some showers for Mother's Day weekend. Severe weather really not on the table for us, which is good news. But Saturday and Sunday, there is a chance for rain. More 30% on Saturday and 50% there on Sunday. As we put our forecast track into motion, it does look like Friday around 10:30 p.m. we see some pretty thick cloud cover for your Friday. Showers start to sneak in Saturday evening. It looks like, as of right now, Saturday morning still looks like a good time to maybe take your mom out if you're doing any outside activities with her. And then we start to see some of that rain really start to develop. Not only is it Mother's Day weekend, but a lot of people are going to be in town for the Savannah Bananas that will be coming through this weekend as well. This is a look for Sunday morning. That rain will be continuing. We will start to see some of that rain even linger into your Monday morning, and it won't be until maybe Monday afternoon, Tuesday, before we really start to dry out. As far as rainfall is concerned over the next 7 days, this is 7 days now. It does not include the rain that we've already seen. We could be seeing another 2 to 3 inches here in metro Atlanta. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Weather impact alert goes until Thursday morning, so make sure you are prepared for that. We will be dry for your Friday. We'll continue to track some of these showers and thunderstorms as we head into this weekend. I want to take another look into our radar and show you all the radar one more time before I let you go and I come back on around 9:30. But as of right now, this is what we're looking at. We are seeing a lot of heavy rain. All this rainfall that's continuing to develop across the southeast will be coming our way very soon. It is a fast moving system. There are one confirmed tornado moving along I-55 near Brookhaven in Mississippi. There's also a tornado warning there in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. There was one confirmed, but that is a nasty supercell. This is what we look for when we talk about textbook supercells, that nasty hook there. Also this one that is a little bit north of Macomb, Mississippi. This is a look into Alabama. This is a very strong storm there in Demopolis, Alabama, that has a very large hail core, maybe even golf ball size hail. They've been talking about that in the chat. Our one severe thunderstorm warning that was moving near Tallulah Falls, that has since been expired. So heavy rain showers still moving through that I-85 corridor headed into South Carolina, but we're not looking at any strong storms right now. In fact, even as we put our regular radar on, everything looks to just be pockets of heavy rain, maybe a few thunderstorms. You can see there was some hail involved into this storm there in Helen, maybe an inch in diameter. When we talk about rain showers here in metro Atlanta, we're starting to see some more heavy rain develop across the top end of the perimeter this evening. A few stronger thunderstorms moving from Paulding into Cobb County. Some heavy rain there near Dallas. Heavy rain showers continuing across North Georgia, and that is going to bring us into that flood risk. We are going to continue to watch some of these storms as they march into North Georgia, Rome, Floyd County. You guys are getting ready to be soaked. I hope you are prepared. This is really heavy rain showers that are moving towards your area. So a lot of heavy rain still continuing and still going to continue over the next few hours. Another wide view of what we're looking at across metro Atlanta. Right now, storms are very below severe limit, which is good, but we're going to continue to watch this, and I'll bring you another update coming up around 9:30. Here's some radar loops, so if you want to track the storms yourself, feel free to do so. actually tornado watches. Here in Mississippi, there is another confirmed tornado on the ground. This is to the east of Brookhaven, Mississippi, right along I-55, which is a major interstate there. We're starting to see this cell get a little bit stronger there, and this is probably the third or fourth confirmed tornado that we have seen on the ground there in Mississippi. In Alabama, this storm near Demopolis has been holding on for at least the last hour and a half. Excuse me, this is a little bit east of I-20. We're seeing strong storms once again north of Selma, moving through Montgomery, Alabama as well. And we are anticipating to see these rain showers make it to our area. Will they be severe when they arrive? They should not be. However, this is going to increase our flooding risk. We've been seeing a lot of rain go across the same areas for a long time this evening. In fact, for several hours, and it's been something that we have had to continuously watch. I'm just trying to make sure that I don't miss any of the notifications from the National Weather Service. Here is a wider look at what we're looking at. This is our actual severe weather radar, what we use to track severe storms. You can see all the lightning strikes that are embedded into this storm that stretch all the way across our viewing area. We do have several pockets of heavy rain showers, but none of them are meeting the severe limits, which is good news. However, this is really going to continue to be a flooding concern for us. This is currently right now at 9:34 p.m. We're starting to see a pretty strong storm there. That is in South DeKalb, right there near Forest Park, near Clayton County. Heavy downpours there. Some heavy rain showers moving through Cobb, North Fulton as well. Some rain that is moving through Paulding County, right there on that Paulding-Cobb County line. And even back off to our west, you're starting to see some of those storms that were in Alabama make their way through places like Cedartown. Heavy rain showers there in Floyd County as well. So we're seeing a lot of heavy rain across North Georgia, and now we're starting to see some of that rainfall trickle in south of Metro Atlanta as well, moving through places like Noonan, Luthersville, East Griffin, McDonough, Barnesville as well. Here's a closer look into our 24-hour rainfall totals. This is something that's very interesting because we have to continue to watch how much rainfall we really see and continue to accumulate, because some places in Northwest Georgia have already gotten almost 3 inches of rain in the last 24 hours, and we are not done with this system just yet. This tornado watch is still in effect until 2 a.m. tonight. This does include all of East Georgia, Northeast Georgia, excuse me, stretching all the way back into Alabama. So make sure that you are weather aware overnight. We're definitely not out of the woods with the severe weather just yet. This is a live look into our Blue Ridge camera. As of right now, we are seeing that it's not actively raining there. You can kind of see the people walking on the street. It's wet outside, but they're not quite done with the rain. In fact, let's pull up another one of our cameras so that we can see what else is going on. It's dark now that the sun has set. You can kind of see here in Metro Atlanta and to Midtown, it is very cloudy outside, but we're not seeing any severe weather, which is great news. It was actively raining in Rome. Sometimes you have to check out some of these light posts to see if it's raining, but it's not raining there just yet, at least not in downtown. There are some raindrops falling, but we are definitely still concerned about the flooding issues with this system. Once again, in McKaysville earlier this evening, construction plus the dry soil unfortunately led to a flooding event. The good news is it's not flooding there anymore. However, we are still tracking some heavy rain showers. So make sure you are prepared for that flooding to still be a concern overnight tonight. We are not done with the rainfall just yet, and we have already had a good amount of it. We need more to help cure some of our drought concerns, but unfortunately, it's just one of those situations where we're getting too much rain in too short of a time for the soil to absorb it because it has been so dry. Here's a look at our severe weather threat, still in that level 2. In fact, they actually expanded that level 2 now into portions of South Carolina. So the Severe Weather Center is definitely still saying, hey, these storms could still be very powerful as they continue to track. So that's something that I'm watching right now. These storms that are back here that are in that level 3, that enhanced risk level for severe weather, still have to come our way. So I'm not going to say let your guard down. I want everyone overnight to make sure that they have their phones charged, make sure that they are prepared. This level 2 has been expanded all the way through Augusta and Greenville, South Carolina as well. Here's a look at our storm impacts overnight. High winds, heavy rain, our main 2 concerns. We've been seeing maybe half of an inch nickel-sized hail with these storms. A brief spin-up tornado is possible. We've seen them happening back off to the west. We have not had a tornado warning at all. As we take a look at our forecast track, what can we expect to see over the next few hours? We're starting to see some heavy rain showers start to develop again. We could be seeing some heavier rain still over the next few hours, and this could be continuing as our trend as we go into the overnight hours. So we're definitely still looking at a few pockets of heavy rain, severe weather still on the table, unfortunately, but it does look like after lunchtime on Thursday, we will be drying out. Some of this rain could still linger into your Thursday morning commute. So just make sure that you are prepared for that. Flood watch is in effect until Thursday at 8 a.m. Now, they could scale this back, but I don't think they are. I think the flooding is not only my main concern, but the National Weather Service's main concern as well, because even looking past what we're seeing right now, we could be seeing at least another 1.5 inches to maybe even a half inch of rain at the lightest. Precipitation chances going forward Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. We have another chance for some rain. If you are making your Mother's Day plans, I know it's hard because we haven't been able to really get the models to come on the same time frame with this system that will be coming through for your Saturday or your Sunday. But definitely seeing some scattered showers on Saturday, maybe some heavier rainfall for your Sunday. So let's time it out for you. What can you see? Increased cloud cover for your Friday. Friday's going to be mostly cloudy, but it looks like some rain showers will be coming in Saturday evening. Right now, it looks like Saturday morning, still a good time to take mom out and let her enjoy the day if you have any outdoor plans for her. Now, Sunday morning, we could be seeing some heavier downpours, and then we could be seeing some lingering rain showers as we head into your Monday afternoon. Then we stay dry until we get into midweek. Now, not including the rainfall we've already gotten, we could be getting another 2 to 3 inches from all of this rain that we are anticipating. We have been looking for the rain. It looks like we're going to be getting our wish here very soon. Weather impacts alert until tomorrow morning. Friday's going to be mostly dry. We start to track some more rain showers for this weekend, and then we'll start to dry back out as we head into your Tuesday and Wednesday. Before I hop off, I want to make sure that we take another look into our radar so we can walk back through this system and exactly what we are keeping our eye on. All of this severe weather is going to start marching our way. Now, we have heavy rain showers right now. We can see all the lightning strikes that are stretching from Alabama all the way through South Carolina, even some going up towards North Carolina as well. We do have this tornado warning that is on, well, this wasn't confirmed. Now it's just a regular tornado warning. This is south of Jackson, Mississippi, near Brookhaven, Mississippi on I-55. There was also a confirmed tornado near Hattiesburg, Mississippi. In Alabama, this storm here near Demopolis finally expired that severe thunderstorm warning. And then as we take a look into North Georgia, we are looking at a lot of heavy rain. In fact, this is a look at what it was like for the last hour or so. This is what we call training. When we see rain showers continuing to impact the same areas over and over again, and this is why we are concerned about flooding overnight tonight. Even with this wide view of what's happening, this is the radar that we use when we track severe weather, and we can see tons of lightning strikes moving through northeast Georgia and East Georgia as well. Even some now moving through the metro area along 285, even stretching back towards the I-85 corridor, going back towards LaGrange, Columbus, as well as into Alabama. Here in metro Atlanta, we're starting to see some rain around the top end and the bottom end of the perimeter. Some pretty strong storms right here. This is in DeKalb County, near South DeKalb, as well as Clayton County. You can see this really strong storm. There's a storm at the top of Clayton County, as well as one in south of Clayton County, even one now starting to form near Noonan. This rain that's coming in from Alabama is going to continue, and unfortunately Cedartown has a really heavy storm right now, even going to Rockmart. So if you are in Paulding County, you're going to start to see, you just saw that latest scan update, we're going to start to see some of that rainfall sneaking in there into Paulding County as well as to Bartow County, so you have to be careful there. In Floyd County, where Rome is, we're starting to see another storm kind of pop up, so that means heavier rainfall coming back your way as well. So we're looking at these heavy pockets of rain. Good news is right now, none of them are meeting the severe weather requirements. However, all of them are definitely coming in with that heavy rain. So just make sure you are prepared for that. We do have that tornado watch in effect until 2 a.m. tonight. I'm going to continue to watch these storms, and I'll bring you another update around 10:30, and then we'll be on at 11 Alive Plus and 11 Alive at 11. So I'll see you back here at 10:30. I'll turn on the radar loop so that you all can monitor the storms for yourself if you want to see what's happening on the radar. Good evening. Once again, I'm meteorologist Danielle Moss with another weather impact update for you. Today has been a day where we have been tracking all of these strong thunderstorms that are continuing to move across the southeast. And in fact, we still have several tornado watches out for both Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana. In fact, let's start with Louisiana and Mississippi. There is a strong storm that just crossed that Louisiana-Mississippi state line near Natchez, Mississippi. That's a strong one. We're also watching for two tornado warnings there near Laurel, Mississippi, north of Hattiesburg and a little bit further south than Meridian. In Alabama, we just have these heavy pockets of rain that will be making their way through Georgia very, very soon. And in fact, as we take a look into North Georgia right now, we're seeing a little bit less heavy rain showers moving across the North Georgia mountains. However, we are continuing to track some heavy pockets of rain that are moving north of the 285 perimeter, really up 75, going to portions of Cobb, North Fulton, as well as Bartow County, even moving towards Gainesville, going towards Gwinnett County, up that 985-85 split, and even back into East Georgia. Some heavy rain showers moving through Athens and really strong thunderstorms that are near Commerce, Georgia. Here in Metro Atlanta, we do have a few downpours that are moving inside of the perimeter. Some heavy showers near Clayton County and DeKalb County, and then even further south into Newnan. Back off to the west, these are the storms that are closer to us in Jacksonville, Alabama, as well as Anniston, Alabama, Fruithurst, Alabama, moving through Cleburne and Rayburn counties. So a lot of heavy rain, though, south of Metro Atlanta. This is even heavier rain that we have gotten here in Metro Atlanta. So you can see along 85 South going towards Luthersville, LaGrange, and even back into the state of Alabama, headed towards East Griffin, Barnesville, going towards 75 South, going down towards Macon. Some really heavy showers going on right now. And as we take a wider look, there are several lightning strikes, but right now, most of these storms are staying below severe limits. We're not quite out of the woods just yet. Our main concern will continue over the next 2 hours to be the flooding threat. In fact, north of Dalton, there's already been 3 inches of rain collected, and we are really just in the middle of this event. Even near Blairsville, an inch, almost 2 inches of rain north of Blairsville, and even closer to the city. Portions of North Fulton has already gotten 2 inches of rain. This is some good news for you. They did trim back some of that tornado watch within the last 2 minutes or so. We've been seeing North Georgia removed from the tornado watch. Metro Atlanta still in there until 2 a.m. Even going back into Floyd County, and really Cleburne and Randolph counties have been removed from that tornado watch. Here's a live look into Blue Ridge. The rain, not so bad. What's happening is the atmosphere is already worked over across North Georgia. So the severe storm chance, that tornado chance for far North Georgia, has been reduced. However, we are still concerned about a flooding threat there and even here in Metro Atlanta, because we have yet to see any of that good rain. And because we haven't had a good storm coming through Metro Atlanta just yet, our atmosphere is actually still a little bit unstable. Here's a look at some of these strong storms that we're looking at. This is going to be going through Thursday morning. High winds and heavy rain will continue to be our main threat. You can see that they did expand this slight risk. It goes back into Texas all the way through South Carolina now. Earlier it ended right there in Athens, but now we are seeing that to have expanded. We're still going to be tracking this very heavy rain in the next few hours. Like I said, we haven't had a good storm here in Metro Atlanta and even a little bit south of Metro Atlanta. So there's a lot of atmosphere that has been unworked. So as these storms continue to come in, this is look at our forecast track over the next hour or so. Some of them could still be on the stronger side, especially if you have not gotten a lot of rain. Around 12, 1, 2 a.m., we start to see really heavy rain showers, really widespread rain coming in, and that is all coming in from Alabama right now. Then we get a little bit of a break around 3 a.m. before we have more rain that builds in right for your Thursday morning commute. So Thursday morning commute is definitely going to be very interesting. You're going to need to allow extra time. We're talking about a lot of heavy rain that has not arrived and a lot of heavy rain that has already moved through. So you're going to be adding those totals together. By lunchtime, we'll start to dry out, but it'll be around 2 or 3 o'clock before we really start to see all of that rainfall completely done across the state of Georgia. This is all much needed rain, but unfortunately, because our soil is so dry, we are continuing to see this flood watch threat. And flooding is definitely our main concern now. From now until around 8 o'clock in the morning, that's when that flood watch is in effect. And in fact, when we talk about how much rainfall we could be seeing across North Georgia, right now, models are showing that maybe in Clayton in the North Georgia mountains, you could be collecting another 2 inches of rain. So that's a lot of rain at a very small amount of time. So that's something that we'll have to continue to watch. And we'll be seeing some more rain showers develop Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And yes, that could impact your Mother's Day forecast. It does look like Saturday more scattered showers, and Sunday, unfortunately, looks to be like there is a chance for some widespread rain. As we get closer to the weekend, we'll be able to tell a little bit better. As far as our forecast track is concerned, Friday is going to be mostly cloudy and pretty much dry. Saturday evening, we start to see some of those rain showers making their way in. This is a really large front that will linger into your Sunday morning, and then maybe even some rain showers that will be left over for your Monday morning as well. And then we dry out for your Tuesday and Wednesday, which will be a good midweek break for us from all this rain. But over the next 7 days, not including the rain that we're getting right now, we could be seeing another 2 to 3 inches of rain. So that is definitely very alarming, something that we'll have to continue to track. As you take a look at your 7-day forecast, there is this weather impacts alert until Thursday morning, and then we dry out for your Friday before we see more rain moving in Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. More importantly, let's go back to our radar loop so that we can look a little bit better one more time at what we are seeing. I also want to check in with our National Weather Service to see if they have been talking about anything of importance. More good news. They are talking with Storm Prediction Center to see if they can get rid of a few more counties from this tornado watch, which is great. But we are still not out of the woods for that flooding concern, and some of us are still not out of the woods for that severe weather concern either. So just make sure you charge your phones overnight. Make sure that you have multiple ways to get notifications just in case. We are looking at that tornado warning there in Mississippi. It's got a long way to travel before it gets to Atlanta, but I just want to show you that this storm system does have a history of producing strong storms even now after the sun has set. So we have a lot of rain, a lot of atmosphere that it has to travel through, and you can see that it starts to look more unorganized, and that's what we want to see. However, this is a lot of heavy rain that's moving through Tuscaloosa right now, Calera, Alabama, Selma, Alabama, as well as moving through Little Texas, Alabama there in East Alabama. Here is a look into North Georgia, getting a little bit of a break from that heavy rain, a few isolated thunderstorms there, but right now some of the heaviest rain that we're looking at is moving right here near Ackworth, moving through Cobb County, portions of North Fulton, near Roswell, near Sugar Hill, going into Gwinnett County, up 985, going towards that 85 corridor, near Commerce, even towards Elberton and Enterprise. A little bit of heavy rain there in Athens, some really heavy downpours just clipping 285 northbound at the top end of the perimeter. A few isolated showers there in DeKalb County with some stronger storms down there near McDonough. No severe weather right now, but we are seeing some more rain coming in across West Georgia. So that's really going to just trail right on into Carrollton, Paulding County, Cobb County. So there's a lot of rainfall that's still left in this system. And even as we take a look into south of Metro Atlanta, going towards like Peachtree City is dry right now, but south of Peachtree City near Luthersville, East Griffin, they're getting some really heavy rain. Look at LaGrange. It's storming down there in LaGrange. No severe weather just yet though. So this is what we're watching, and I'm going to continue to stay on top of this. We're going to get ready for our newscast here at 11 p.m. I'll bring another update then we'll do another live stream into the night. So right around midnight, maybe 12:30, where we'll provide you with another update to see exactly how we're looking with these storms. I'm going to be here tonight with you tracking these storms. So if you see anything that you have any questions about, send me a message on Facebook. I'll be trying my best to answer them right now. We're about to get ready for our 11 o'clock newscast. For the latest timing, you can always join us there on 11 Alive. And on our other sister channel, WATL, which is on channel 36 for some providers. So make sure that you're staying up to date with this forecast. That's the bottom line. You want to make sure that you have multiple ways to get notifications. People are going to get ready to go to sleep. You're going to hear that heavy rain. We don't want you to wake up in a panic. We want you to know that we are looking forward to that heavy rain showers. We know it's on the way. We just don't want any of these storms to come in and be severe. So we want you to be aware of that. I'm meteorologist Danielle Moss. For the time being, I'll turn the radar loops back on, and then you can tune in to us on 11 Alive so that you can get the latest update on what's happening overnight tonight.